Yeah, we just ate something and now we're back in the studio and we're tired.
Yeah.
At least I am. After food, it's always nap time for me. I mean, I never take a nap, but I always feel like it's nap time.
Yeah. My mayonnaise brain cell is just vibing right now because it got some mayonnaise and it had a donut.
I mean, we had amazing food, that's for sure, but also.
Ever wondered what will happen if a semi-stable scientist, one lab explosion away from being a supervillain, teams up
with a caffeine-addicted screenwriter ready to fight the system?
Well, buckle up, buckaroo, because we're about to dive right in to the madness of transdimensional travels.
Take a seat in the front row as we take beloved movies from this dimension and pitch it with a completely different genre, thus creating a whole new classic. Hi, I am Mels.
And I'm Professor Lito Almashi, and this is In Another Reality.
A transdimensional journey exploring beloved stories in another universe.
Imagine mad scientist
meets Starbucks screenwriter.
So basically we take a beloved movie from this dimension and pitch it with a whole new genre in another one. Therefore, we're creating a whole new plot.
You did it. I just wanted to say it as well because you're always stumbling around.
Yeah, I thought I'm gonna take the lead now.
Amazing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything right now. The only correction I have is that we switched episodes and now everything is a really, really confusing, wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey
mess.
Yes.
Yes.
But you're bringing a movie today.
Oh, yes.
And it is fantasy, and I am excited to hear it.
It's my dad's favorite, and I would say let's hear the genre first, because I'm curious.
You're always doing the movie first, though.
I know. Let's switch it up for a change.
Okay. I was thinking. I was like, okay, it's fantasy. What would be like the opposite of that? Because I'm always thinking this, like I'm always thinking too much about that. I always want that it's funny in the end, and it's funny anyways because we're in front of the microphones and doing shenanigans, but I always want to pick a genre which would be like the funniest. And sometimes it's like kind of obvious when you hear a movie, but like with fantasy I was struggling a bit. And I was like, what is the opposite? And shout out to one of my coworkers who said documentary. And I was like, oh, yes, let's make a mockumentary out of this fantasy epic. Yeah, so much my reasoning, I think I broke Lito. Yeah.
We have become the Watchers. Okay, this is epic. We have turned into, there's a spin-off of my movie, and they are called The Watchers, and they are doing exactly what you just proposed. My movie, by the way, is Highlander.
Yeah, as you said, your dad's favorite. I was there. I wasn't there when you said fantasy. I didn't know what it was, but then that, as you said, your dad's favorite, I was like, oh, it's gonna be Highlander, isn't it? And I picked a fucking mockumentary for it.
Yes. Oh, I'm vibing with this one. Highlander is a gigantic franchise, but it sadly suffers from the bad adaptation, like, so many things. But I feel like you could relate, the Percy Jackson fans amongst you could relate to us Highlander fans when it comes to bad movies, because part 3 and part 2 are as awful and as not talked about as what you call the Perry Johnson movies.
I think it's Peter Johnson, but yes.
Yeah, okay. Perry, Peter.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, they don't exist. Okay. Right, Highlander. So, basically there are humans who are invincible unless beheaded, who call themselves immortals, even though if you can be killed, immortals is a bit weird of a term.
I don't think so. I think a lot of creatures, a lot of people, whatever in whichever genre, are called immortal, even though they can be killed. I think immortal means that you don't die naturally. At least that's the definition I have in my head. Because what would you call a person who doesn't die unless killed?
Yeah. See, remember that discussion we had about who was it? Jason being a teleporter.
Yes.
That's the same thing with immortals in the Highlander universe. Like, are they actually immortals? You can kill them in certain ways.
Yeah,
besides beheading. So it's always like, can we really call them immortals? I mean, they call themselves immortals, but yada yada.
I would say yes, because, for example, you would call the elves on Lord of the Ring immortal, right?
Not really.
Okay, what would you call immortal then, or what would you call them?
I would call them beings with a very long lifespan.
But they don't die unless killed. They literally won't die. I think, I mean, I understand why you're debating about it, but I would say if you live your life and not get endangered, and then you would live forever, I would say you're immortal, because you're immortal. We don't.
Unable to die, basically. We are taking the word immortal as in not able to die unless stuff happens. Okay, no, I'm just bringing that up.
No, I think it's definitely worth a discussion.
Because there's a controversy about them. I mean, I call them immortals.
Not like I understand it, but I would also call those kinds of beings immortal because they are immortal unless killed, which sounds stupid if you say it like that, but it makes sense because they don't die naturally. I think that's what for me defines a immortal being. Immortal for me means they would exist over the end of time if not disturbed in their existence.
All right, okay. Yeah, basically they duel each other to get each other's powers, and who remains gets the big prize.
What are those powers?
It's never really revealed in the movie itself. It's more explored in the spin-offs.
So they duel each other for powers we don't know they're getting for doing. Okay.
Yeah. This power exchange is like lifespans and memories and experience and skills.
Okay.
It's called the Gathering. Like those lightning flashes, shit explodes. It looks fantastic on the big screens. I love gatherings and I love the quickenings, like those energy transfer. It's called quickening. Really huge fan of that. And yeah, basically they fight each other till the Gathering, which is the big event where there's only one left, and that's also the main trope of the movie, main theme. There can be only one. Is like the massive quote. You've probably heard that before.
Yeah, you heard that before.
Anyways, and we have our main character. It's Connor McLeod. He's immortal. He was born in the Scottish Highlands. And he's one of the last remaining immortals. And his nemesis is named the Kurgan. It's the main villain. He's the one who made Connor immortal, but didn't finish the job on the battlefield because he got distracted. And he also wants to win the prize. It's only called the prize, but they don't know what the prize is, basically. Yeah. Dipping right into the characters as well. Then we have Brenda. She's working for the police. I think she's an anthropologist, an expert in ancient history. He's kind of a love interest, the damsel in distress, eyes roll. And she writes books for a living. And another character I would love to mention because it's the main reason why I love the movie so much and why my dad loved it so much is Sean Connery. He's the only actual Scottish person in that movie, which is ridiculous because it starts in Scotland and everyone around there who's supposed to be Scottish isn't Scottish. Like Christopher Lambert, main character Connor McLeod, is actually French.
Interesting.
Yeah, and Kurgan, I have no idea what he is, but he is something not Scottish. Anyways, so Sean Connery plays a character named Ramirez, who you might think could be Spanish, but he ain't. He's actually one of the oldest immortals on his time. He is from Egypt.
Interesting.
Yeah, so immortals have been around throughout of human history and have been dueling each other for that long. Yeah, he's a mentor to Connor, and he gets murdered by Kurgan. Hence, Connor has this, I'm gonna take revenge for my master, stuff like that.
I see.
Yeah. Locations, we have New York City in 1985 in Madison Square Garden. There's a boxing match where the first gathering happens between Connor and another dude, and that's where the movie kicks off and goes its way. Yeah. We have the Scottish Highlands, more specifically the battle between the Frasers and the MacLeods. Shout out to all the Outlander fans out there. Yeah, we're coming for your asses. And the final fight between the Kurgan and Conor MacLeod takes place at the Silver Cup studio in Queens. Great. So that's the main plot.
All right. What makes an immortal immortal? What is the deal? Where are they coming from? What is the law behind that? I have so many questions.
All right. Basically, you have to die a violent death. I'm only going here with the canon of the first movie. No shit about aliens on my watch. Yeah? Don't come at me with wizards and aliens.
Okay.
No.
Okay, that's fine, but you die a violent death and then you become immortal?
Yeah.
And like everyone who ever died a violent death becomes an immortal?
With this logic, yes. But apparently there are only chosen ones. Like, they have this already in their bloodstreams. Usually they are like foundlings. Like, Conor MacLeod is not actually the son of MacLeod. Like, he was found, he was a foundling and raised by the laird of the clan because he hadn't had a son. So yeah, to become immortal, you have to be A, a foundling, and B, die a violent death.
I don't know how these things are related, but this is fine because... never mind. I don't go into why the foundling rule is. I find this convenient, but I find that difficult because that being a foundling is nothing that you find in your DNA or in your personality or anything. And also, if you know that, wouldn't children be like left into places all around? Can you leave your children somewhere and be like, oh, I found this child, that's my foundling now? Would it work? I have so many questions.
No, that wouldn't work. But it's not really properly explained in the first movie. Like, it's only canon that, like, yeah, Connor was a foundling and he was not actually part of the clan. And that goes on in, like, the series as well.
Okay. It doesn't matter.
Even though I'm not sure about Duncan MacLeod coming to think about it because they are said to be cousins. So, I don't know. It's a weird rule, but definitely the most important rule is you have to die a violent death. Ramirez, for example, he was an Egyptian builder and he got run over by a cart. And that's how he died. Raven got shot, for example. Richie also died from a shootout.
Okay, gotta say, I imagine the death to be far more violent than that. I mean, those are violent deaths. That's not like I died from a disease or I died of old age. But
dying from old age isn't a thing. You can't. It's controversial if you can be immortal if you die in childbirth, but that really never happened.
No, I mean, no, I was like, I was thinking that it has to be a super violent death. I thought about, like, you need to be hacked into pieces while you're still alive. You're getting your heart ripped out and look at it while you... Don't mind me, I'm fine. I thought you have to die by a sword trap, basically.
I mean,
it would work.
Suck, but yeah,
it would work, but it doesn't have to be that much violent to work.
I mean, Connor got stabbed in the side by a broadsword. That's how he died.
Yeah, I mean it's a violent death, but it's not like a violent death.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, but that's the distinction.
No. It makes sense. My mind was far darker
was
than
just slasher.
Yeah, my mind was darker than it had to be. Cool.
Yeah.
So I would say we following our main guy around.
I just remember there was an episode of Highlander series where it actually had that trope. It's canon. Yeah, we're not talking about the series. God damn it, Lito. Get your shit together. Yeah, we say we're following Connor around.
I mean, real quick, for those who don't know what a mockumentary is, I doubt it, but here we go. It's a fictional story, but told in like a documentary style. It is comedic and it's pseudo-documentary, so it doesn't have to be completely documentary. It's like, it's pretending to be a documentary, basically. Sometimes it's historical, it has B-roll in it, which is like, that's this kind of footage you put over like an interview or something. It's often improvised because it's more realistic this way if those actors improvise the lines and stuff like that. It has interviews in there, and it has sometimes this the hidden camera trope. Yeah, I mean, an example I would say would be like, I don't know, The Office. That's the first thing that came to mind. Yeah. So we fear the camera crew and making a documentary about the foundling. Connor McLeod?
Connor McLeod.
Connor McLeod. And we are far on this violent battlefield, and we see our protagonist getting stabbed. And we're like, oh shit, we are done with this job.
Yeah. I feel like our camera people have to be immortal, or at least time travelers. It's hilarious. We talked about mockumentaries and documentaries yesterday.
Yeah, that's so funny. And I have picked out it before we talked about it, and then I was like, wait, does he know what I'm trying to do? Why is he talking to me about that? This is very suspicious.
Yeah, I have to defend my honor here as a medium. It was for fan fiction.
Yeah, I mean, I know that you asked for a story because you said that that's about like something. And still, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Why is this happening?
But I feel like it was a close call once again. Our brain cells are just so on fleek.
Yeah, insanity.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I think it would almost be more fun if we had just normal human being. I mean, it doesn't work, right? When does it play?
So the battlefield is in 1536.
Yeah, that there's no person running around with the camcorder.
Well, Merlin probably. You know, he got bored and was just like, oh, yeah, I'm just gonna film this for the next generation, and I'm live blogging from the 1500s. Yeah, no.
Okay.
Maybe like the like, you know, sometimes you have when you're watching like documentaries, you have bits which play in the past.
I was just thinking.
So it could be staged. And
yes.
Since it's a mockumentary, it's like a badly staged production.
Yes.
Or a very bad animation.
I'm for production.
Yeah, I'm for that. Remember that Thor, that Tom Hiddleston live play?
You mean Thor 4D?
Yeah.
Yes.
As bad as that.
Yeah, really, really bad. Oh my god. Yes. Does our main guy Connor McLeod? Does he have some kind of relatives who are younger than him or could pass on the bloodline or something?
No.
Oh, wait, he's immortal. He's still around.
He's still, of course he is.
Fuck yes. Amazing. So, we are tracked down this guy who knows a lot about history. Does the world know about the immortals?
No, but the Watchers do. But they are not part of the movie.
Okay, so we doing a documentary about this battle back, the first battle where our main guy dies. And there's this history buff who knows absolutely everything about this battle. Because he was there, but we don't know that.
Yeah.
So we're going to this guy, and he's telling us about the battle and what happened and how life was there. And he is obviously like he's not saying that he's the person the stuff happened to. So he's like imagining it like what is the right word? He's creating a character that's him, but it isn't him. And that's something you could also play with, because you could make this character like hilarious, because it's not a real character, but someone he's basing off of him, but can't be him, you know?
Yeah, he's just calling the character Connor instead of Connor.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, just that kind of bad.
And then our guy, or like our crew is like, something is wrong, and I don't know, there are documents, and this guy, it seems like that's the same guy that was in the battlefield.
Yeah, they like we just happen to go to this antique store, and there are so many artifacts, and you're just wondering, are these for sale, or did you just get them from the museum? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. And he's just like, oh no, I just happen to own them. And the camera just zooms in on like the dude who's interviewing them, and the face is just like, oh shit, you can't see that.
Yeah,
it's a shocked Pikachu face. It's like, he just owns them, and he's like mouthing that into the camera.
Yeah.
And then
oh my god. Okay, now continue.
Yeah, as we film more of the whole lair, because we obviously go into his we go into his back room, because all of them have a back room where they display shit from their past, because we do that with our childhood stuff. And then there's this painting of him in like Regency, and the camera also zooms on that, and it's like, yeah, that's him. That's definitely him. And then the the painter is revealed, and it's something like Caspar David Friedrich or something, who's like a famous painter for of the Romantic area. And you're like, huh? And he's like, oh yeah, that's a relative of mine. Don't mind it. Like, suspicious. Okay.
Yeah, the sound I've made was like, what if those are some school kids trying to do that for a school project? They've been assigned to do something about this battle, and they seek out this local who knows a lot about it. Because imagine this in like a YouTube style with memes and Vine references and I don't know, music.
Oh.
And those stupid kids find out about those immortals during a school project, and yeah.
And their professor is actually part of the immortals. Like the guy they have to do the project for is actually also an immortal, and who wants to track down other immortals in order to get to the gathering and get the prize.
And he knows that at this battle there was an immortal, so he assigns those kids in his classes. Maybe each group.
Yeah,
of them,
each group gets a different immortal, because in New York City there's actually another immortal, which they are actually more immortals, because Connor has obviously to kill some to get find the power, and the other kids obviously find them, and he's like, all right, I'll take care of that, and like they get close to it, but we only focus on Connor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we the thing is, I'm just thinking, how do we know about the teacher and stuff? Oh, the hidden camera can come in and play there.
Yeah.
So we have those group of, I would say, like high schoolers or something.
Yeah.
Doing this documentary, starting out, like, I'm thinking very Blair Witchy also, where like someone just stands for the camera and just like in front of the camera and be like, yeah, we are here to interview this local legend who knows a lot about history and owns some artifacts about this battle, because we got it signed, so let's make the most out of it. Maybe they're also the ones like, you always so often do an essay or something else, and they were like, yeah, we're definitely doing a movie.
Yeah.
They're those kids, so like they're maybe also like the really nerdy kids, and those who have like a lot of knowledge about media and stuff like that, and so they are the only ones who are able to track it, because they are the nerds,
And then we can put in the "It's a Kind of Magic" song, because The movie is full of Queen songs, by the way. And when they're figuring out something, oh yeah, how did you figure that out, guys? Like the other group is like, they were like, you know us, we're nerds. It's a kind of magic. Yeah.
Oh my god. Is this going to be a celebration of internet culture
Yes.
and some kid detective fantasy shit? I don't know. I'm thinking, like, if there's those are kids, they're doing the reenactments themselves, so they're really shitty, just as we wanted. And they can be like, what you got there? A knife. No! Like in midst of the battle or something.
Yeah. What you act? Stabs him.
You can't kill me. I'm a bad bitch.
Bitch.
Oh my god, I'm immortals.
Yes. Oh. Man, I want to do memes. But I have to wait for so long till those memes can drop.
Yes, I'm sorry.
It's worse. It's worse than the last episode. Hey, we haven't created a cursed image yet. I'm so proud of us.
Just you wait.
Oh no.
So basically we have those high schoolers uncovering the past and therefore discovering that this guy is an immortal and their teacher is also an immortal, and
the final battle definitely has to happen, and maybe one of them is like, oh shit, guys, you have no idea what's happening, and they were like, we have to be silent, and one of the crew is just like, hi everyone, welcome to my live stream. So, like this scene in Shang-Chi where this one dude is just like, yo, what's up?
Yeah, I just want to say the like Shang-Chi just live streaming the shit or something like that. Oh my god.
And thus exposing like what the fuck's or what's happening. Like I would have never guessed our professor is into that kind of shit. I mean, he was always a shady dude, but man. Yeah.
Yeah, I always suspected he was evil, but not like this.
So I do hope I'm rooting for the other kind of hot guy who just no shit, I'm out of it. So I'm rooting for the other guy because we have this other essay dude which is just a pain in the arse, so I hope he gets his arse kicked. Oh, yeah.
Yes. Amazing.
All right.
I love this. I want to see that. I want to do this movie. Fuck.
Same. This is brilliant. We are doing some proper stuff.
Okay.
To be honest, it feels like a typical episode of the old show. Yeah, which is marvelous. I really love that. I really love that show. I don't think it would age very well, again, considering it was in the 90s. But yeah, nothing of our childhood probably ages well. We've seen that with... No, we have not seen that with the episode we just recorded.
Yeah, true. You will have... No, I don't try to do this in a grammar time thingy that fits.
No.
Right. I mean, I think we did it already, right?
Yeah.
That's surprising. Hello, and welcome to the pitch meeting, everyone. Wait.
Aw, that was so cute.
I completely spaced out.
Yeah.
Hello, and welcome to the pitch meeting, ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary masters of the universe. This time we bring you a fantastic movie with a great sense of humor. Leto, take it away.
Well, hello there, and welcome. So, I'll pitch you today Highlander, the mockumentary. Fancy title coming later? So, what could possibly go wrong if a group of high school kids get assigned to do a history essay? Well, a lot. Imagine a group of movie nerds discovering that their main research source is actually an immortal who was there at the very battle they are assigned to research. But not only that, but the professor who assigned them this task is actually one of them and pretty evil. He's trying to become the one and only. So, don't lose your hats. And remember, that can be only one.
Yeah, it sounds like a fun movie, right? We're gonna do a lot of memes and Vine references. Do you have that in this universe? Good. Yeah, fine.
If not, we have this really amazing thing called memes and vines. You're gonna love it.
Oh, okay. You mean wine is still a thing here and it's not gone? Maybe we should stay here, actually.
Yeah. Remember the good old days of vines when there's no such thing as TikTok? Musically, it was so far away.
I mean, TikTok is great, but wine, I miss wine. I never really used wine when it was around, but now I miss it.
It's the good kush.
It is. Anyways, we need like $19 million to make this movie. Fine? Great.
Yeah. Awesome.
I mean, we're gonna take those 90 millions and we make really bad reenactments of epic battles. That sounds like a fair deal, right?
Yeah, sounds like proper fair deal. I mean, we're probably gonna cast proper Scottish people this time, and they aren't cheap, you know?
Okay. Yeah, that was that. After a bit of episode confusion, here we are.
Yes.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for sticking around for our chaos. You can follow us on Instagram under @J.E.L.Lehnsherr _official and on YouTube by just searching for J.E.L.Lehnsherr. You also find the link in the description. You can buy our books, like not our books. I always say our books. I mean, I'm kind of doing stuff for the books, but the books lead to Does Amazing Poetry, and that doesn't make sense. Those books, you can find them by searching for them, or also by following the link in the description. They're available on ePubly, lots of just bookstores we found out on eBay and in Kaufland for some reason, which is pretty fun. And yeah, obviously Amazon as well, but support your local bookstore, please.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still a bit overwhelmed by the amazing mess of this, and I feel like we did a great job on the movie, and it's very nostalgia for me. And I used to write for this fandom a lot, which I'm hoping in the far future to actually publish those books as well. So stay tuned for this as well. Yeah. If you like this podcast and would love to hear some more, give us a shout, like, subscribe, and review on Apple Podcast. As always, tell your friends about us, your family, your dog, and who knows, the immortal you're fighting in the next gathering.
Especially this one.
Don't lose your head and...
Oh, wait. I was confused because we were counting down, sorry.
Yeah.
Safe travels. Until next time.
Woo! And that's a wrap, baby.
Woo, woo, woo. We are fine.
The masters of the universe.